Everybody. No, it's been a minute. So I wanted to briefly talk about Saturn retrogrades. It was last week, not a few weeks ago. A week ago, somebody posted something about Saturn retrograde, and everybody kind of went into a frenzy about Saturn retrograde, and I wanted to clarify some stuff, because when people hear retrograde, they freak out, because when they hear Mercury retrograde, or the reputation that Mercury retrograde has, and even Venus retrograde, people just automatically think, oh my god, 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 like, it's going to be so bad, it's going to be so horrible, it's going to be so this, it's going to be so that. So just to give you some clarity, okay, so Mercury is our planet of communication, transportation, and electronics, especially small electronics. Cars, your neighborhood, your cousins, your sister, your brother, stuff like that is governed under Mercury and the signs that Mercury rules. Now, Saturn is the planet of... I have to move my car, guys, sorry. Now, Saturn is the planet of order and restriction and things taking a long time. Oh, I'm going to go in a darker area. I don't know if you guys will be able to see me. It's good. Things taking a long time. Pressure, karma. Saturn is the planet of karma and things like that, and it applies pressure. So when Mercury, and delays as well. Saturn actually rules delays. So when Mercury is going normal, everybody's communicating normal. You know, your text messages are going through, your internet isn't glitching, you're not seeing so many car accidents, things are great. So when Mercury goes retrograde, you see more car accidents, you see miscommunications, you see breakups, you see your Wi-Fi signal is acting up. That's what usually happens when Mercury goes retrograde. So when Saturn is moving forward, if Saturn usually is whipping you into shape, it has its foot on your neck and is making you go back to school and making you deal with consequences of the past, right? When Saturn goes retrograde, please hear me when I say this, Saturn takes its foot off of your neck. So to be afraid of a Saturn retrograde is kind of stupid. It just goes to show that people don't, it's just an ignorance of astrology. Life is a lot easier when Saturn is retrograde. Now, I'm not saying that Saturn retrograde won't make you go back and fix some things that maybe you needed to fix, but it's not as aggressive and assertive. It doesn't beat you upside your head. It might hold your hand and be like, hey, you need to come over here, versus it slapping you upside your head when it's direct. When Saturn is direct, Saturn is harsh. That's the normal thing of Saturn. You know, I have heard Saturn a trip being like, you know, a black mama who comes home and you haven't done a chore she told you to do. That is very much like Saturn. Saturn has even been called the black mama. It is your elders. It is judges. It is authority figures. That's actually what Saturn rules, those things. So when Saturn is retrograde, it makes life smoother. It makes things easier. You can make a mistake and not have as bad of a consequence as when Saturn is direct. So please do not be afraid of a Saturn retrograde. Life is easier doing a Saturn retrograde. However, when you have Saturn in your retrograde in your natal chart, this doesn't apply to you. It's just like when people have a natal Mercury retrograde. Like, if you look at your natal chart, if your Mercury is already retrograde, when Mercury does go retrograde, it doesn't eat you up like it eats everybody else up. The same thing with Saturn. If you have a direct Saturn, when Saturn goes retrograde, it gives you a break. But if you have a retrograde Saturn, then you're getting the same effect that everybody else has been getting, you know, the other parts of the year. Also, Saturn goes retrograde every year. Okay, so The only difference this year is that Saturn is it's in one of its ancient ruling signs of Aquarius. Saturn used to rule, or in ancient astrology, it rules Aquarius. So in that aspect, yes, this aspect can, or in this transit can be a little harsh on certain people who have not done things that they needed to do already. But that is what Saturn already naturally does. It punishes you for not handling business that you should have handled already. So it's really not that much different than when Saturn was in Capricorn. That's what it actually rules now. In modern astrology, it rules Capricorn. So that would have been last summer and the summer before. But Saturn retrograde is nothing to fear. It is actually a break for most people. It gives you some peace, and it yes, there are things that you have to go back and work on that maybe you didn't do when Saturn was direct, but it's a lot gentler. So basically when a planet is retrograde, that means it's at lower power, right? It's not at its full power, it's not at its full potential, so it can't really just kick you as bad as Saturn would normally kick you. Okay, it's like when Mercury is retrograde, as I just explained. You have more communication issues, because when Mercury's going normal, your phone ain't fuzzy when you're calling folks. Your Wi-Fi is not acting crazy. Yes, so you may be dealing with a lot of past life stuff or things that you overlooked in the past if you have Saturn as your main chart ruler. So it's gonna try to get you to clean up some stuff. That's really what I find with Saturn retrograde. It makes you clean up stuff that you didn't finish, but it's a gentle nudge versus a harsh push down the stairs. Jupiter retrograde. So this is another cool thing. Jupiter is the great benefic, just like Saturn is the great malefic. Jupiter is the great benefic, so it's very lucky. It gives you success. It does all of these great things. Prosperity. It expands, which is not always good for some people, depending on where it's transiting or where it is in your chart. But when Jupiter goes retrograde, a lot of people get scared too, because they be like, oh my God, Jupiter's retrograde, so all the luck's going to be taken. No, that is not the case, because Jupiter always gives luck. Now what Jupiter may do is it may restrict certain things or delay certain things when it is retrograde. Just like it expands, when it retrogrades, it will kind of restrict things, and it will also put pressure on you to stop being so negative. Okay, y'all, hold on. Hi. I need a new wheel lock key. And what is your wait time right now? Because I will definitely come back if it's going to be
Are you going to want to get it serviced at the same time?
No. Am I on the wrong line?
No.
I just need to get a new wheel lock key so that I can get a new tire.
Are you going to do the service here? No. Okay. So I think all you have to do is you go inside, and then as soon as you go in here, it's like the second area to your left. It's like parts. You just talk to them, and then they should be able to just give you a part.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, well, I guess, so should I sit here, or am I blocked? Well, I can't really get out.
If you want, you can just leave your keys in the car, and then if cars get backed up, I'll just move them out that way. But other than that, it should be fine. Okay. I don't think it takes that long to really.
Oh, good. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'm doing a Facebook Live, so I need 2 minutes. Okay.
You look good,
oh, thank you. He needs to tell me that I look good, so I appreciate that. So Jupiter retrograde, it doesn't take away luck, but it will make you be more grateful for things. If you have not been being grateful for things that you have been given, it will make you be more gratuitous for things that you may be overlooking that you have in your life. And sometimes with Jupiter retrograde, I feel like it'll slow things down a little bit. You may be lucky still, but you have to do things more than once. Sometimes with Jupiter retrograde, you got to do it again. That type of thing. Or it may redirect you into areas where you're more lucky with Jupiter retrograde. I'll actually post some information from Jupiter retrograde about Jupiter retrograde on this live. just like with Venus retrograde, when she's direct, she's lovey and she's cool, and stuff like that. But when she is retrograde, people be breaking up and divorcing, and it's a horrible time to get engaged, a horrible time to get married and stuff like that. So just think of it like, I know it's hard to think of it that way, the opposite way, because people think about Mercury retrograde and they freak out. But when Saturn is direct, Saturn has her foot on your neck, period, point blank, end of story. So when she is retrograde, she is a lot nicer. She or he, whatever you want to call that planet, I've heard of it having feminine and masculine qualities. So but Saturn is a lot more peaceful when Saturn is retrograde. It's like Saturn will okay, so I'll give you an example. Saturn being in somebody's 7th house, or Saturn being in somebody's Libra, they may, more than likely in their lifetime, they're going to end up having a divorce of some kind, usually a marital divorce. If Saturn goes retrograde during a time where they're having a mediation, they may find that the other party is like, you know what, I don't even want the house. I just don't like you no more, and I don't want to be married to you no more. Right? And although it's still harsh, that's what you wanted. All you wanted was the house, or all you wanted was the kids, or all you wanted was the retirement money. And they give it to you, and you ain't got to fight for it. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I need to go and get this stuff taken care of, because I'm doing Saturn stuff. As you can see, I actually got interrupted while I was trying to do something work related, since I do astrology. So I'm gonna go ahead on my business right now. So I hope that helped you guys, and I'll post some more information about Jupiter retrograde, because I feel like there's more that I need to say, and I have kind of having a brain fart right now. So because I've been quite busy, Mercury going direct, and a very busy part of my chart. Well, in the house that keeps people busy, the house that keeps people busy, and it's direct there, and I've been very busy doing a lot of things. So peace, y'all. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll post some more information about Jupiter retrograde. But yes, I was going to say quickly, Kamisha, because it is retrograde in your natal, when it's direct, sometimes it might not give you the joy that it gives everybody else. When it goes retrograde, it gives you that peace. And Jupiter goes retrograde every year too, so you get that probably half the year every year. All right, y'all. Peace.